Antineoplastic agents. The drugs which are used in the treatment of cancer is known as antineoplastic agents. Cancer. It is defined as unwanted multiplication of cells. Cancer is a disease which can affect any individual at any age, and it can develop in any organ of the body. Cancer is actually an abnormal development that changes normal cells into cancerous cells. The most obvious feature of many cancers is the development of a new growth, a nodule, a tumor in the tissues of their origin. Tumors. Tumors are in two types: malignant or cancerous tumor, non-malignant or benign tumor. Malignant tumor. It may begin as a small growth and may grow slowly, but later it grows rapidly. It does spread to other areas of the body. It keeps on multiplying uncontrollably. These cells of the tumor break away from it and migrate through the bloodstream to the different parts of the body, and they get accumulated as secondary growth. Non-malignant tumor. This type of tumors are more common than malignant tumors. The non-malignant tumors grow slowly and may become quite large, but it remains restricted to the place of its origin and does not spread to the other areas of the body. These tumors are non-malignant. They do not develop into a cancer. Causes of cancer. The exact cause of the cancer is not known, but there are several factors which cause cancer, and these are known as cancer producing or carcinogens. A few of them are as follows. Constant physical irritation of any tissue of the body can cause cancer. Example: heavy smoking, chewing porn, tobacco. Any type of injury continued over a long time often initiate cancer. Example: jagged edge of a broken tooth rubbing against the tongue can cause cancer. X-rays, UV rays and other ionized radiation can also cause cancer. Contact of skin with intense sunlight can cause cancer. Some aromatic amines used in the manufacture of synthetic dyes cause cancer of urinary bladder. Spread of cancer. Cancer is a dreadful disease, and once it is developed and spreads in different ways. The cancer cells which multiply rapidly are loosely attached to one another, and some of them are detached and are carried by the lymph stream to the different organs. The cancer cells multiply at the site of their origin and form a tumor. These cells move to surrounding tissue and get fixed to them and make these cells malignant. Some cancer cells spread through the bloodstream and they get scattered much rapidly. Treatment of cancer. The following methods are generally used for the treatment of cancer: surgery, radiation, chemotherapy. Surgery. In this method, the cancerous cells are removed by surgery. This method is not reliable because if any cancerous cells are left off, gets displaced during the operation, then they form secondary growth. Second one, by radiation. In this method, malignant tumors are exposed to radiation like X-ray, radium, gamma rays, etc. to kill the cancerous cells. Third one, chemotherapy. Treatment of cancer by drug is known as chemotherapy. In spite of the tremendous research working during past two decades, the chemotherapy of malignant disease still remains unfruitful as compared to the chemotherapy of other microbial infections. Alkylating or cytotoxic agents. These drugs act by transferring an alkyl radical to a suitable receptor site, and the alkylating agent forms highly reactive quaternary ammonium derivatives which react with the functional groups of the physiologically important molecules in the cells, and then these cells are not available for normal metabolic reaction. Alkylating agents are nucleophilic in nature, hence they react with nucleic acid bases and inhibit DNA synthesis. They also interfere with cell replication by cross-linkage of DNA strands. Thus, these drugs help in arresting cell division. Antimetabolites. Chemical substances which take part in cellular metabolic reactions are called as metabolites, and an antimetabolite is a chemical agent which by virtue of its close structural similarity to the metabolite blocks its action. The antimetabolites check the production of carcinogenic compound produced by the abnormal metabolism of some organic compounds. These antimetabolites act either by preventing the combination of the metabolite with its specific enzyme, or it may combine itself with the specific enzyme and thus transform these compounds to an inactive one. The antimetabolites, which are useful carcinogens and structural analogues of substance essential for the synthesis of the nucleic acid bases. Example of antimetabolites are folic acid antagonists, purine antagonists, pyrimidine antagonists. Plant products. Certain plant products are also used as chemotherapeutic agents such as vinca alkaloids. These alkaloids are isolated from vinca rosea plants. Two vinca alkaloids have been found to be useful antineoplastic agents, namely vinblastine sulfate and vincristine sulfate. These compounds are similar in their structure and are dimeric compounds having indole and indoline groups in their molecules. These are white, odorless, crystalline or amorphous powders. These are very hygroscopic in nature and are soluble in water. These should be stored in airtight containers and in cold places. These drugs interfere with cell division and inhibits meiotic spindle formation during cell division. Both the drugs inhibit the growth of various tumors. These drugs also produce certain neurological effects. Due to their large molecular size, these drugs are not well absorbed when administered orally, hence these are generally administered intravenously. Vinblastine sulfate is mainly used in Hodgkin's disease. Vincristine is used in the treatment of acute lymphatic leukemia in children. Hormone. Hormone therapy is different from other cytotoxic drugs and are useful neoplastic agents. These drugs do not kill the malignant cells and are slower in their effect. They act by one of the several ways. They inhibit the cell growth. They act by stimulating differentiation of cells, which responds to the body's controlling and inhibitory influence. They inhibit the circulation of the substance which stimulate the malignant cell. The hormone therapy is mainly used in the treatment of breast and prostate cancer. Some important examples of hormones used in the malignants are estrogen, thyroxine, etc. Estrogens. These are mainly used in breast cancer in post-menopausal women. The effect of hormonal therapy is usually slow and the treatment should be continued for at least 8 to 10 weeks to get some positive result. These drugs are also used in the treatment of prostate cancer. Some synthetic estrogens are also used as drugs which are as effective as the natural one but are much cheaper in cost. Adrenocorticosteroids. An example of adrenocorticosteroid is hydrocortisone, which is a glucocorticosteroid. These drugs are used in acute lymphatic leukemia in children. It prevents anemia in disseminated cancer patients. They are used in critically ill cancer patients along with cytotoxic drugs to produce relief and a sense of well-being. They are also useful in controlling hypercalcemia caused by certain tumors. Radioactive isotopes. These are the isotopes of various elements which give radiation. These radiations cause destruction of the cells. The therapeutically useful radioisotopes are radio gold 198 Au, radio phosphorus 32P, radio iodine 131I. Radio iodine. This is useful in certain cases of thyroid cancer. Radioiodine acts by giving beta radiation. In some cases, surgery followed by radioiodine therapy causes excellent results. Radioiodine 131I is available as a solution of sodium 131I and can be administered orally in patients who undergo this therapy should dispose their urine carefully to avoid spreading of harmful radiation. Miscellaneous agents. Hydroxyurea and urethane are the important examples of miscellaneous agents. Hydroxyurea. It is a white odorless crystalline powder and is hygroscopic in nature. It gets decomposed in presence of moisture. Hence, it is stored in a well-closed container. It is used in tumors of the ovary and in chronic myeloid leukemia. It is usually administered orally. Urethane. It finds use in the treatment of chronic myeloid leukemia.